it's the next one, and we need to do everything we can to win it.
Nigel, your side returns Ashton Gate this weekend to take on Huddersfield Town. It signals the start of a busy Christmas period and an opportunity to build on recent home form.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get another home win. We've been a little bit more consistent in some ways recently. Nice to get positive results at home because of our extended wait for that. And last week's game, to come away with something is a positive, and we have to build on that now. So, the Christmas period marks the halfway point of the season, and we need to make sure that we push on in the second half of the season.
After the whole game last weekend, you touched on your frustrations in certain areas of the performance, but one pleasing element must be a slight switch in mentality to score a late goal to gain points rather than it's been the other way around previously this season.
Yeah, it's been frustrating in that regard. But there were some positive things last week, especially when we actually started to pass the ball with a bit more authority. I think we created some decent situations. We are making some progress, but it's important that now in this next game against Huddersfield, who are in 10th place but only 3 points ahead of us. So it shows you how compact the division is. We just need to make sure that our performance is what we want it to be, and I think at home in particular we need to be positive. We need to be take the game to our opponents, and I think in recent weeks we've done that pretty well. It's the next one, and we do everything we can to win it.
You touched on it there. Your side have taken the game to teams at home in the last couple of weeks. I suppose what you'll be looking for is your side to kick on in the second half after those great starts that you've had.
Yeah, and I know there is a sense of frustration sometimes in games when we were unable to sustain positive performances, but I think what we have done is at least managed to stay very much in the game. So it's another aspect of our areas to improve on, for sure, but I don't want to spend too much time looking at the negative sides of it. I want the players to be positive. I want them to enjoy the experience of playing at home. But we know that we have to work exceptionally hard. You know, it's such a tough league to succeed in. So any positives that we've found over the last few weeks, they are now in the past. It's about very much playing in the present.
Last week saw the return of George Tanner, which is great for the squad. At the detriment, obviously, Alex Scott came off in the first half. How's Alex getting on?
Alex is okay, so he'll be available for the weekend. I thought George, did okay. To say that he, if we were going to put him on, we probably wouldn't have chosen to put him on for that amount of time. But I thought he did okay. But Alex has played very well in that position. So nice to have selection problems.
And earlier on, you kind of spoke about Andy King potentially being back over the Christmas period. Is he likely to feature this weekend?
Wait and see. We will see. I think really Boxing Day is probably the more realistic target. But I've said that about other players in the past, and they've featured. So we'll see. We'll see how he is. But he's been training very well. I think he feels good about himself too, so he feels in a good place physically. So important to get players with his types of qualities back at such an important time.
And finally, following recent government update on the COVID-19 guidelines, COVID certification passports coming in for fixtures.
Yeah.
Your staff and players will want to see as many fans in there for kick-off. What would be your message to supporters ahead of this weekend?
Well, look, we live in testing times at the moment, and I think it's, whatever people's standpoint are on issues like this. I think what's really important is that we have a tolerance that sometimes you have to have these types of strategies in place to keep everybody safe. It's, I suppose, logistically it can be a bit of a test, but hopefully our fans will get there in plenty of time to make it as smooth as possible. And we recognise how important our fans are to us as well. So, it's, if you like, it's our Christmas fixture. So it'd be great to have as many in as possible. So, but the underlying factor is that we keep each other safe, and I think that's something that has to underpin how we think about these types of things. Because we've spent so long without the fans being able to be in football grounds. I think it's, we have to do what we can to make it a safe environment for everybody. So hopefully it goes well.